We're soon to see Daisy and Shy Guy enter the game with a few other things, but this has made me consider 3 potential or hypothetical Daisy builds to run. She's a character that actually may not have the stats for my personal playstyle to make a build I really enjoy over other characters. And this is really important for me to say, okay? Because basically when people ask me what's the best build for a character, and they do tend to ask that, but the answer should always be prefaced with the fact that what your playstyle is and what you enjoy may not always look like what I enjoy or what my playstyle is. So it's important to keep that in mind, really important, and I generally favor speed and or strength when combined with shooting. If I can have all 3, that'd be great. I cut technique a bit, but mostly want to cut passing. So knowing my playstyle now, here are 3 builds that I'll be testing out to see when it comes to Daisy. I called this first one the All-Rounder Preferred, and that's because it is an all-around build somewhat, but it's putting additions on in the attributes that I personally prefer. Again, going with my playstyle I just spoke of. So you can make it your own All-Rounder Preferred, honestly, by doing the same, and only add 1 or 2 pieces of equipment to what attribute you prefer. It's more minimalist since it doesn't attempt to get any attribute up to the highest tier. This is good for well-rounded all-around characters, but to me it does sort of make Daisy white bread, bland. Like, we're still high on technique just because of how the points fall, but Daisy is just innately low in speed and shooting, which are 2 attributes that I tend to heavily favor. But alright, this next build we can call the Double Ds. Sorry, not trying to be offensive here. We're calling it that because it's the Daisy Defender build. Double Ds? Daisy Defender? We tried to boost her speed up a little bit and obviously her strength a lot of it. And ultimately, it looks just okay as far as defenders go. When you have the Defense Waluigi build or any of the tanky characters so far, they all typically seem to stack up better if your playstyle is like mine, where it favors strength and shooting, speed and shooting, or some good combo of all 3. And then the last one that I've made today is gonna make someone out there cringe, but it's called Daisy the Hedgehog, after Sonic, because it's the speed build and Sonic is my favorite video game character of all time. Daisy the Hedgehog goes only for speed changing gear, and it still leaves her high on technique, but obviously her speed can hit this maximum of a reach just before extending into another tier up, which is kind of unfortunate, you know, like it can't go up into the next tier. Daisy just really is exactly as they say she is in the trailer reveal for her. She's a, quote, technique type who won't get knocked down, end quote. This video's potential gear builds prove that even when you try, her technique is actually kind of hard to nerf down into the lower tiers. So it'll be best for people to figure out if they should lean into her technique or try to take points away from that to add to other things that they prioritize. And like we also say, her strength isn't too bad either. It's just, it does fall short of some of the strength-heavy characters where she can't quite be that even Waluigi-like defender either. Anyway, these were just 3 builds, and again, looking a little bit more towards my priorities, there's definitely others that you can attempt to make, and just for fun, because Luigi and Daisy are pretty similar in stats and roles, Luigi's just a little faster, Daisy a little stronger, but you could try a shooting build, and it would look similar to this Luigi build right here on screen, but it really would, again, be hard to compete with some Rosalina shooting builds out there, so probably stick with what makes Daisy Daisy. Technique. We'll see shortly a bit more, and we'll get night gear, which I didn't include in this analysis at all yet, so maybe we can revisit builds on Daisy if people wanted, once that update has fully launched. And so I'll catch you guys on the next vid, and thanks for viewing. Get down tonight, charge that tackle right, and when I get that orb alight, we all hide.